Hey YouTube, this is my first video. I'm like, why not start a YouTube channel? So I'm like, okay, let's do this shit. So, oh my gosh. I was thinking like, okay, so I'm not a DIY person. I'm not a singer. I'm not a viner. I'm not anything good. So I'm like, I'm pretty funny. I mean, like, everyone laughs at me. I don't know if they're laughing at me or with me. So I'm just going to say they go laughing with me. So I'm going to make, like, a comedy video today. Just talking about some stories and, like, what's happened to me in the past few months. And, like, my life story because, like, I'm not starting a YouTube channel without people knowing, like, who I am. First of all, my name is Emma. Yeah. Would like you to follow, like, go add me on all the social media crap. And, like, add me on Musical.ly. Or follow me on Musical.ly. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Snapchat. No, add me on Snapchat, girl. And text me on Kik because, like, I have nobody except friends. Okay, so, anyways, let's get to the point. My first story today. Okay, so the other day, yesterday perhaps, was Wednesday, I went to meet baby Ariel. Like, I'm not even lying to you. I went to meet baby Ariel. When you walk in, they, like, make you take off your shoes. I'm like, what the frick? I'm not taking off my shoes. No. And they gave you these weird socks. So I'm like, okay, I'll just put the weird socks on. I mean, I don't want to float away and die, but I'll put these weird socks on. And the security guard, like, do you have a phone with you? I'm like, yes, I have my phone. Why? Do you want to take it? He's like, yes, give me your phone, please. And I'm like, okay. So I give him my phone. We walk into this, like, room, and I have these weird socks on. And I see baby Ariel sitting in a chair. And, like, she has her broken arm. So, like, when I try to get her signature on my friend's iPod, it's, like, so sloppy. I'm like, who cares? I still met baby Ariel. So the reason we wore the special socks is because there was this room with ice on the floor. And it was, like, so freaking weird. We had to, like, walk on the ice. It was fun, though. We had to walk on the ice. It was, like, a little ice skating rink. So it was at, Laudermilk Hotel, and then you went to Germain Arena. You signed in at Laudermilk, went to Germain Arena, and, like, ice skated with her. It was not with her, but, like, ice skated for a little bit, and then went back to Laudermilk and met her, and I'm just like, okay, that's kind of weird. We have to wear special socks with ice skates. I don't freaking know. Like, you got a free trip. I don't even know why I was ice skating either. But I was, like, so excited. I'm like, I'm going to beat. I don't want to beat baby. I want to meet baby Ariel. I'm going to be so freaking happy. Like, let's do this. And then I get there. They're like, okay, you have to go for an hour at the Germain Arena. I want to meet baby Ariel already. So, yeah, we went to the Germain Arena. We skated around for a little bit. I fell on my freaking ass like 8 times. Yeah. So yeah, and then we went back, and, like, as I'm meeting her, I'm like, okay, you're, like, the awesomest person I know. And she's like, do you have a Musical.ly? I'm like, yes. She's like, what's your Musical.ly? Sorry, my mom walked in, so it was crazy. But, like, we met her, and it was like, okay. And she's like, what's your Musical.ly? And I'm like, wow, why is she asking me for my Musical.ly? Is she gonna follow me or something? She's like, I'm like, it's Emma with 3 Z's, and she's like, okay. So she took her phone out, and I'm like, I'm helping her, because, like, she only has, like, one arm to use, like, 'cause she broke her arm. She's, like, texting, she's like, it's Emma, like, my Musical.ly, and then she just, like, okay, you're really good at them, and I'm like, thank you. Like, I wasn't like that. I was like, calm myself down. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, Emma, calm down. I'm like, thank you. And then I'm like, because we had 30 minutes with her, so she had to go to the bathroom. I'm like, I'm just going to go to the bathroom too. So we went to the bathroom. I went in the big stall because like I wanted to go in the big stall, and she went to the stall next to me. So in the room, I'm like, yes, oh my god, yes, yes, yes. She's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. So that happened. I'm like, okay, that happened. Let's just get back to the meet and greet. So she's like, I can't really follow you because like then all the other people are gonna get followed. But she's like, because I was the last person, she's like, you're my favorite one here. I'm just kidding. I wish she said that. But she was just like, so like in the middle of it, in the beginning we both went to the bath. And then in the middle of it, she was like telling me about herself. I'm like, where are you from? She said, because like I can't say that for personal reasons. I'll tell, like if my friends want to know, I'll tell them. I'm like, I can't say that now because I don't want you to stalk her. But and I'm like, what's your phone? I'm like, are you allowed to give your phone number? She's like, I don't choose to, but I am. And I'm like, I was thinking in my head, she's like, do you really want my phone number? I'm like, yeah, you're awesome. And then she's like, thank you. And like, and the security guard walked in. He's like, remember, no phone numbers. I'm like, dang it, she was about to give me her freaking phone number. And at the end, she gave me a hug. She's like, I love you. I'm like, I love you too. So yeah, that was me meeting baby Ariel, like 24 hours ago. I am really sad that I couldn't bring a friend. I would have brought either Tatum and people, but I'm not gonna say. Okay, so next story is of this like sort of personal, but I don't care. You're gonna know it. It's like, what is it like if you don't have a connection with your fans? Like, even though I have like 1 subscriber. So I was freaking, let's just say, my parents are divorced. Like a lot of people's are, but like mine was harsh, like very harsh. This is gonna be my last story for today, but anyways, I was really young, tossed around like a freaking football, but I'm here eating food, have a meal, I'm fit, I have clothes, but okay, so here's how it started. My mom and my dad were like, they were like really close, like of course because they were dating. They never got married. And then one day they just had a huge fight. Not like, oh my gosh, you can't do that. No, fight. I was living in New York until about second grade. I moved down. I kept on like hopping back and forth to states. So my aunt's like, okay, she was like not staying with us, but we were at her house for dinner. She's like, okay, you guys need to stop. I'm taking custody of Emma, and you can't stop me because I love her. She's my niece, and I don't fight over her. And my aunt took me. She had me for like a year and a half, and then my mom's like, I'm sorry, but I love you, because they were sisters, but I'm taking my daughter back. And she literally grabbed me, which I was so happy about. I was about 2 when this happened, and I'm like, mommy. And she's like, come on, Emma, because like my aunt was, I don't know what she was doing. I think she was like cooking for me. Anyways, but I'm like, yay. So she's like, come on, Emma. And then she looked over and I was gone. And then my dad, then I was living with my dad, my stepdad, my dad and my stepmom. I was living in a homeless shelter for 8 months with my mom. And then my dad took custody of me with my stepmom, and my stepmom would always abuse my dad so much it was like hurtful. Like it hurt me, and I was 5. It was like I was like learning all this stuff at a young age. I'm like, okay, I learned everything at a young age. Yeah, and my one major thing where I had to get stitches right here is my dad. They got in an argument because my dad ate the last bagel and she wanted it, and she's like, "Really? Why'd you eat the last?" She took the big, giant, this freaking thick plates that are glass. She threw it and it hit, my dad was holding me, and it hit him right here and knocked 2 of his teeth out, and it broke, shattered, and a piece of it went, and I had to get stitches here. Another time is when she shoved my dad when I was in his arms, and if my lip is uneven and I have a bumper here, my lip split open. Yeah, so that was really harsh, and I was only 5, and then my dad went to jail, and he's been in jail since then. And I just sort of bear with it. I really can't, but I try. And at school, everyone, all of us are friends because, we're all friends. And at school it's been harsh because, my teachers don't know, and, all of my teachers hate me. I'm not even kidding. Except Miss Addie Tatar loved me, but Miss Rignier hated me. She would always be like, my teachers hate me. Miss LaRocco definitely hates me. Yeah. So it's been harder at school too, but all of my friends I love. I'm not even kidding. It's without you guys I wouldn't want to live anymore. But yeah, that's basically what happened. And then my mom took custody of me. They were both doing drugs and drinking alcohol, and she was like, okay, we have to stop. We have a daughter to raise. And my mom stopped. My dad quite didn't. I get to see him next year. I get to see him next year. I'm so happy. Yeah. It's my story of that. And then my mom is clean now. The only time she has wine is on special occasions. My mom is clean. I'm being raised now perfectly well. A little poor. Yeah, a little poor. But nobody's that rich, in the States at all. So, yeah, that's my life story. And now, I guess that's it for my first video. I want to acknowledge people to make a YouTube channel. That don't have one. No. I'm stupid. I did not want to say that at all. I'm sorry. I wanted to acknowledge the people I love and I think. I think Tatum Watson. I love her as a friend. I think Matthew Canola. The people I'm naming are my best friends. Tatum and Matthew are my best friends. My friends, I would like to thank all of you. And my boyfriend, I would thank you too. Love you. Bye.